Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Tanai and welcome to another video. So today I'll be talking about in my opinion, the best iPad Pro mobile setup. So to start off, here's my iPad Pro. As you may know or may not, iPad Pro or iPad just released their iPadOS 13 and opened up for new features that could and possibly, for me as well anyways, gives more usage than my MacBook. So how is this the best setup? So currently I have a case in here, a thin case which I got off Amazon. I'll put it in the links below so you can also see. Like I'm very picky in my cases. I don't like the bulky type cases. I like the more minimalist type case. And this is the best one so far for my 12.9-inch iPad. The thickness is only 30 millimeters, and it covers the back. It flushes with the camera so you don't accidentally bump into it. And actually this is clear. I just put a skin over it. Any type of brand skin. And I also use it with a matte anti-glare screen protector. So by itself, iPad Pro is perfect for drawing. If you also have the Apple Pencil as the magnet. With this case, you still can charge the Apple Pencil, as I will demonstrate. Okay, it will not work with this case because it's getting too thick. I have a sleeve also on my pen, but as you can see, it doesn't charge. But if you don't use a case for your Apple Pencil, it charges. You see, it charges right there. Try again. Charges. It sticks on pretty tight. And you see, and you get a full 360 protection, so no metal really exposed. I mean, this case is not going to be a very ruggedized auto box type case, but more a minimalist, prevent scratches, which I like. And it's also perfect for what I'm going to show you next. So you said, how is this the perfect setup? This is an iPad. For iPad's perfect. But the problem is always unlike the Surface Pro, there's no stand. And also the stand cases are much heavier, which I did not like. I don't like the bulk in it. And a lot of keyboards are flimsy. What I did find was this keyboard, which I think is the perfect keyboard right now. I think the best keyboard for the iPad Pro. Why is that? Well, first off, let me show you what this keyboard is. This keyboard is the Brydge keyboard. I know they make a Brydge keyboard for the iPad Pro specifically, but this one is actually made for the Surface Pro lineup. Why did I choose this one? Because of the trackpad. This has a trackpad, a pretty decent trackpad also. With iPadOS 13, now you're able to use the trackpad. So that's a plus. So maybe eventually, currently, Brydge doesn't make anything like this for the iPad, but maybe eventually. So this is the best you can get, in my opinion, for my use anyway. The hinges, I think, are much better than the actual. It's much beefier. I don't like how thin the actual iPad Pro version is. So you say, how is this going to work? So first, like if you look at the thickness of a Surface Pro, I believe it's around 33 millimeters or 35 millimeters, while this one is 30 millimeters. So I thought, you know what, let me give it a try. It might, it might fit. It might not fit. So I went ahead and just picked this up. I got this off like slightly open box used for a pretty decent deal, and you can find these pretty good deal right now. The Brydge keyboards for the Surface Pro, the 12.3 inch Surface Pro, much cheaper than actually buying the iPad Pro version. So I'm going to, install this keyboard. Show everyone. So let me align it. Open it. And it still fits pretty snugly. It's not, it's definitely not going there. Okay, so it's all the way down now. There we go. Let's try it. Turn it on. I'm gonna turn on the keyboard. I already have this paired. So let me get my base ID in there. There we go. So let me go to the website and try it out real quick. Show you how it works. So right now I have the Brydge Surface Pro keyboard connected to the iPad Pro. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. See, the typing works pretty good. Okay, let's try. Since this is a Windows keyboard, I was surprised actually a lot of features work. This will not automatically, I think, open or close with the screen. That's due to the size. So let's see the size real quick. Comparison. This keyboard will be a little smaller, which I don't really mind. If I bring it up closer, you can see a hinge. Holds pretty well, and you see the screen fits actually almost perfectly. It's probably like a millimeter or smaller. It won't cover the screen at all. And if I move to the back, look, the hinge is much bigger. I think it's much more sturdier to hold on to the iPad than the actual Brydge keyboard. The actual Brydge keyboard is a lot lower. Like it's the same as the front. So so far no one has bent their iPad, but that's been a lot rigid. I can see why they did it, because you could flip it around to flip the iPad around to you as like this mode, or a fold down tablet mode, which I would, for me it didn't make sense anyways, because you're just making a heavier tablet. Might as well just use it with it off. But kind of show some more views of this keyboard. See, everything fits perfectly, and this color fits mine perfectly. And also the reason I like this case, and see, now I got protection all over, where the Brydge did not. You can't use a case on the actual iPad Pro Brydge keyboard. That I didn't like. They had a magnetic thing, a stick. It was just not as, I like using the iPad with my case. I don't want to, if you use an actual iPad Pro keyboard, when you remove it, now I got to put it back in the case and remove it and put it back in this. This alleviates the problem. This mitigates, in my opinion, much better now. So let's test out the keyboard. See the keyboard? So this you have to manually open and close, which is not too bad. There's a whole function. Hold it. you know, it now goes back to the screen keyboard, and then turn it back on and back on. There you go. And you just pair it with Bluetooth. So what works and what not works? Okay, so let's start with these function keys. There's a bunch of these multi-function type media keys in front. So this one seems to be different. This is supposed to be like for Windows to open up the different windows open. But currently it looks like it's just a tab. Oh, check this out. Mouse support, and it works perfectly. You can even like scroll. You know what? Let's go into the Apple iPhone 11. So you can scroll, 2-finger scroll. Let me move this up a little bit. 2-finger scroll. I'll go back here. 2-finger scroll. It's not as smooth, but it works. It's not as smooth as moving your finger, but it seems to work pretty well. You know, you can click. No problem. You can tap to click. Or you can even click down to it. You can click down. There's a right click also, which opens up the touch assistant bar, which I have it set up as touch assistant. You could configure it. If I go to configuration, go to general. Well, actually, no, not general. Well, we go down to accessibility, touch, assistive touch, and right here, see that you could configure the tap, single tap, double tap. Oh, I'm sorry, this is for this. So you go down to devices, see mouse keys. So this is the mouse support. It seems to be automatic. Once you connect the mouse to it, it will automatically turn on mouse support. See right here, you see the Brydge 12.3. Oh, did you not see? There you go. Brydge 12.3 connected device. And you can change the mouse keys. You can toggle the delay, maximum speed, mouse keys. Oh, our mouse keys is for something else. But you can configure the devices, like you go into there again. So you can configure the buttons. I have it for single tap, open menu, and button 3, it picks up button 3, but it doesn't actually do anything. I don't know. That's one of the things that's not working. So let's go back. Let's go back to home screen. Let's go back to our browser. And let's see what else works and what not. This print screen is for Windows, doesn't do anything. Mail doesn't do anything. But the play button seems to work. Let's see if I go to YouTube real quick. Let's play a video. Let's play a music video. So if I hit, it's playing right now. If I hit pause, it paused. I guess maybe if you have music in your iPad, you can use these controls. I don't have any files, but YouTube seems to work. You can also hold it and it's fast forward and rewinds. That seems to work. Right now, the volume works, as you see from the top bar. I'll pause the music. And brightness, that works. Seems to be by increment. Works pretty well. This battery Actually, that button is for the keyboard itself. So when you press it, it blinks 3 times green. That means the battery's good. And it's, I think it's yellow when it's halfway, and red when we need to charge. The Bluetooth, that's where you pair it to. So far, those keys are working. Let's try something else. All right, so how about an iPad? You know, there's always some shortcuts the keyboard has. So fortunately, at first I thought it didn't work, but it actually does. As you see, this is the Windows button. This also works as the command button. So, you know, things like, you know, new tab, right there, you hold that and press tab just like you would use the command button in, you know, the Mac keyboard. If you hold on to it, it shows that shortcut just like that, all the different shortcuts, and that seems to work well. And since there's no actual home button like the Brydge iPad Pro specific keyboard, this one you hold H and that go back to home. And you can hold tab and you can switch between it. How cool is that? So, you know, I've been really happy so far. You know, everything seemed to work, and it works just like a laptop. It's pretty sturdy and holds it well. This black color matches mine's with the case very well. Most of them are silver, but this is the black version for the black Surface Pro. Let's see the only thing weird would be like when you close it, right? When you close it, since, you know, the dimensioning are a little different, you're gonna have a little bit of spot right here that is not flush, but it has no problem holding together very well. It's, you know, very sturdy. It's just as it's snug. It's definitely not very tight. You know, I wouldn't hold it by itself, but like it's not going anywhere unless, you know, like fling it around or something. And if you put in a case, you know, it should be fine. I mean, this side, since the Surface Pro dimensions are less on the, you know, on the height, you're going to have the iPad Pro is going to stick out a little more. That's the only thing, which, I mean, in my opinion, is not a big deal. If you put it in a case, no problem. Carry it around. So you open it up, press the keyboard, press again. Now we're back in. Okay. So, you know, iPad Pro, there's only one USB-C, which is nice now, you know, since they switched to USB-C, but you don't have one USB-C, so you can't really, you know, do much. But iPadOS, you know, added more features, you know, for using dongles. And the one I wanted to show is this one right here. This is the Baseus USB dock. I got it. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put the link below. And I think this one might be the best one. What I hate about dongles is like it's always dangling around like this. You know, it's always in the way. I don't like you know, things flapping around. That's why that's one feature I didn't like about the new iPad Pro. Like, since they moved the dock connector up to the back, a lot of cases are folio cases that without detachable covers, which I don't like when I'm using as tablet. I don't like to fold it back. It's always around, which I don't like. Same with dongles. I don't like, you know, going like this around. So what this one's different is it allows you to connect it out of the way. I mean, you connect it the same way. See, it comes with this two-piece. Like this was designed for there's this magnetic flap to add thickness to it. So with the flap, you can put it snugly on just a bare iPad, and with it off, And now you add a little more thickness to put it for the official iPad folio case. So, I would say, I was thinking, maybe it'll fit over this thin case I have. And fortunately, it does. It fits a little snug, but it fits perfectly. Like, I have no issue. It's not coming off. It's not loose. Yeah, it's not terribly too snug, because this slim case, if you can see it, it's probably the thinnest all around case you can find. I mean, this thinness is barely thicker than the iPad Pro, and it's sort of like having the iPad with the folio back cover but without the front. So it's just enough and work perfectly. And now if you connect this, since I have the case, and it has no problem. At first I thought this USB, since this case sticks out a little more, and you see how this is a right angle USB-C connector, at first I thought it would not fit in there, but it actually fits perfectly. See, it snaps on. Bam. Now you have look, now you don't have anything dangling. You have a connector for USB 3, HDMI, SD card, micro SD card, and then USB-C, and also headphone jack. All in this right now. It's one setup. Snug setup. Nothing hanging out, nothing hanging around. You got perfect good keyboard. This keyboard is really good. I think it's close to my like a lot of laptops, So now you can do all your work. Let's check out the new Surface Pro, which give a shout out to Microsoft for coming out with the new Surface Neo. I think they're a little bit more higher innovation now than Apple is. So maybe in the future, check out that. This is like the perfect dual screen. And hopefully maybe Apple will come something like that. But I'll definitely be checking out the new Neo when it comes out next year. So let's go back to this keyboard. So let's check it out. So you can switch, no problem. Switch using the Windows command button. Like, all the shortcuts are available. See, I'm not gonna go through all of this, but as you can see, everything seems to be good. Volume works. The play, fast forward, and rewind works. This is bright. iPad Pro gets pretty bright. I rarely use it that bright, but the brightness control works. These three buttons don't really do anything. That's the only thing, but it's okay. It's in my opinion the best setup right now. In my opinion, best setup for my picky personality. Oh yeah, there's this keyboard has a light up, 3 zones. Everything seems to work. At first I thought I couldn't do Control C and Control V. All right, but I found out that playing around, I found out that everything works. So I Control C. Let's open it again. Let's Control V. See, that works. Let's go to a Word document. So Control Home. Let's go back.
I found a few skills that might help. Do you mean word chain?
Oh, what was that?
Do you mean word chain?
No.
Okay. How about word?
No.
Okay. How about word scramble?
I'm not going to answer that. I don't know why.
I also found the word Columbus. Do you want that one?
Wait, hold on. Let me turn that off.
Okay, how about the word Orlando?
Alexa, stop.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why the speaker was answering to my. Okay, so let's try. Look at the touchpad. That's kind of nice. So let's try a document. I'm going to open a document. Let's try this one. Let's try to use their template. Okay, let's not use this one. It's kind of hard to use right now since I'm going around the camera, but normally it's very smooth. Wrong one again. Let's do the word guide. There we go. Let's go to, here you can scroll down. No issue. No issue scrolling down. All right, let's just go here and start typing. Hello everyone. Today is a beautiful day. See, all that looks good. Let's try some commands. I don't know all the sort of commands, but let's try to copy this line. All right. It's like Command C, Windows C, and paste. All right, that works. Let's try. See, with the mouse is perfect. Look at that. Look at the mouse. You can scroll. The only thing, oh yeah, one thing, the zoom doesn't work. There's no zoom. There's only scroll and touch, which I think is enough. It's good for now. And let's try Control X for cut. Space a little bit. Paste again. No problem. Backspace, no problem. Let's go back here. The arrow keys, no problem there. You can hit the delete button. Delete button works. Hello everyone. Everything is beautiful. All right. This is my favorite iPad Pro setup so far. See, the keys are working pretty good. And let's see what else. And yeah, I'm happy so far. So, check it out. What do you think? You got all the IOs, you got a keyboard that holds up really well. The only thing is, it's a little larger, and let's compare it to my MacBook. Now I like using the iPad a lot more. I like using the iPad for reading, and until Apple makes a touchscreen Mac or their own keyboard. Brydge's iPad Pro keyboard are pretty decent. It just didn't fit everything, the check marks I wanted. What I wanted was the case to continue using this perfect case that I was looking forever for, and something with beefier hinge like this. The ones for Surface has a beefier hinge, and also a trackpad, especially for a 12.9-inch iPad, or iPadOS 13. This is a glass trackpad. So they also make Brydge also makes one for the Google Slate, which I thought about, I looked at the dimensions. It might fit, but that one's more expensive. They're a lot harder to come by, and also the blue color. This seems to make this fit pretty well. So yep, here is my review and showing of my iPad Pro setup. Let me know what you guys think. This keyboard as again, let me flip it over. This is the Brydge excuse me, this is the Brydge keyboard for the Surface Pro 6. Oh, and then the case is from Amazon. I'll put a link below. And the dock is also from Amazon. You could get it on Amazon or eBay, or a lot of places right now. The dock is probably around like $50 to $70 currently. The case is around like I think $15 or $20. I don't remember, but I'll put a link below, and you could get this Surface keyboard. I think they're on sale, brand new, for $100. But you could probably get them cheaper used, which is much better savings than the actual iPad Pro keyboard. So, let me know what you think. Until next time, thank you for watching, and stay safe. Thank you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like or subscribe. Let me know what you think about this iPad Pro setup. So far, I'm liking it so far. It's perfect for me. So let me know what you think. If you have a better setup, or I'm open to check it out as well. Thank you. Take care.